Signs in Lincoln, I know small business is important to our communities. That's why I'm pleased to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month.
Mike Mangold and his family are the new owners of the former Anderson Ford in Clinton. With this acquisition, the Mangold family has its second location, adding to their longtime location in Eureka. They'll receive a $200 gift certificate good at Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs for being our WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month. Nominate a business you like featured by emailing us at WHOW@randyradio.com.
Congratulations to this local business for all they do for the community. And don't forget, for envelopes, wedding invitations, signs, banner wraps, and more, go to LincolnPrintersInc.com.
From the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning, and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard, with this expanding morning newscast. Bringing leaders across DeWitt County together to support one another is the aim of a new initiative through the DeWitt County Development Council. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, DCDC Executive Director Kurt Homan told Regional Radio that they want to increase collaboration between municipal leaders, county leaders, and the DCDC to be resources for one another.
Where we're going to call it the DeWitt County Government Leaders Summit. And ultimately, it's bringing together all the government leaders from the communities together, or at least some of those. It may not be every council person, but representation from every government within every city or community government within the city, within the county, and bring those together in a room. And ultimately, the idea is there's probably some common interests that come in that room. A lot of potential collaboration can happen. Mm-hmm. Really, the idea came from, the county board was looking at updating its strategic plan here recently.
Right.
And they've decided to put that on hold, for financial reasons. And I understand that. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is we can pull those leaders together and have those same discussions that they may get from an update to their strategic plan, and maybe help the county board guide some decisions in the future. But also part of that is there may be some collaborative efforts that come out of that communities.
Homan emphasizes this will not be just a Clinton and Farmer City focused group. He wants to have community representation and hear from every one of them.
The other thing from DCDC's perspective, and maybe the county perspective as a whole, sometimes the Clinton and Farmer City, as the two largest communities, sometimes get most of the attention. And, there certainly are other very important communities within DeWitt County that may feel left out. So we want to get them in, and we want to hear their ideas and how we can assist them as well. Sure. I'm super excited about it. It's something we hope to turn into an annual event. Mm-hmm. And, it'll be, we don't have exact dates yet. We haven't made contacts with all the communities, but we're looking at a late summer time.
Okay.
We want to avoid vacation time, but we want to avoid back to school time as end of July-ish.
According to Homan, the goal is for this to be beneficial to everyone who participates. He also believes it will be good for when leadership goes through a transition, like a couple of communities are about to this month.
We don't want anyone to walk away from it thinking, oh my God, I just wasted an entire day, by any means. And I've been to those types of meetings, unfortunately. Sometimes, we just want to share, here's what's going on. Hey, if anyone can help in this regard, yes, we want to do that. So again, it's not going to be an all day or an all weekend summit. It's going to be a few hours, and we want to make it super productive. And we'll prep people coming in time. We may have them fill out a survey as well, so if they don't get to share everything, they can at least have brought things in that get to be left with everyone. So yeah, we don't want to make people dread this event, and I don't think we will. I think most people will go away thinking, I'm really glad we really glad we did that,
Mhm,
and can't wait for next year. And the other interesting thing is leadership changes. We just had elections. We have, while some of it stays the same, some of it does change. I think that's important as well, that people come in with different ideas and different thoughts, or see things a little bit differently, and they can present that.
Homan says they will be reaching out to all the leaders of the county to invite them to this. He believes it will be a net benefit for DeWitt County. A warm week in Illinois allows planters to keep making progress. Brad Suma, director of the USDA NAS Heartland region, indicates there were 2.7 days suitable for field work last week.
There were 2.7 days suitable for field work in the week ending May 4th. Statewide, the average temperature was 59.2 degrees, which was 2.6 degrees above normal. Precipitation averaged 1.29 inches, which was 0.33 inches above normal.
Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device, all free all the time at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Don't miss the Farming in the 50s Antique Tractor Show in Argenta. And WHOW, the Big 1520 AM, 92.3 FM, is doing a live broadcast from this event. The Farming in the 50s Antique Tractor Show is happening Saturday, May 10th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in downtown Argenta. There will be a hit-and-miss engine, steam engine tractor, parade, Tot Rod Kids pedal tractor pull, tractor games, and even food stands too. Come out to enjoy all the fun at the Farming in the 50s Antique Tractor Show, and listen as WHOW 1520 AM, 92.3 FM radio broadcast live thanks to these sponsors. Seavers Farm Drainage, located at 10669 East Washington Street in Argenta. Improving fields and increasing yields for 50 years.
Surf Pro of Piatt DeWitt Counties continues its exclusive sponsorship of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcers will select that night's WHOW Surf Pro of Piatt DeWitt Counties Clinton Maroon Player of the Game. They'll be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon post-game broadcast and get a certificate from WHOW and Surf Pro of Piatt DeWitt Counties. Remember, Surf Pro of Piatt DeWitt Counties for fire and water restoration, reconstruction, and now duct cleaning to keep your air healthy. Click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
5496. With SRN Sports, I'm George Williams. Major League Baseball action last night. The Braves shut the Reds out 4-0 behind 22-year-old rookie A.J. Smith-Shawver, who had a no-hitter going for 7 innings until Santiago Espinal's sharp single to center field leading off the 8th inning. Elsewhere in 11 innings, the Athletics scored 2 in their home half of the 11th to beat the Mariners 7-6. Royals shut the White Sox out. Brewers for the Astros 5-1. Cubs beat the Giants 9-2. Cardinals over the Pirates 6-3. Mets down the Diamondbacks 5-4. Dodgers over the Marlins 7-4. And the Padres beat the Yankees 4-3. In the game that was postponed, the Guardians and the Nationals were rained out. NBA, in overtime, Knicks beat the Celtics 108-105. New York leads the best-of-7 series now 1-0. And by 2 points, it was the Nuggets over the Thunder 121-119. This is SRN Sports. In NBA play tonight, it'll be the Pacers against the Cavaliers, and then the Warriors will play the Timberwolves. NHL action. The Maple Leafs defeated the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers 5-4. Toronto now leads that series 1-0. Toronto seeking its first Stanley Cup since the 1966-67 season. Tonight, it'll be the Hurricanes against the Capitals and the Oilers versus the Golden Knights. And then in NBA news, Mitch Johnson is the new head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Longtime legendary coach Greg Popovich has stepped down from that role after suffering from health problems, but he will remain with the Spurs as the team president. President Trump is a headliner as he announced that the city of Washington, D.C. will host the 2027 NFL Draft, and that event will be taking place on the National Mall here in the nation's capital. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Ben Hubbard with this report. The Clinton Maroons defeated the Decatur MacArthur Generals by a final score of 11-0 in 5 innings of high school non-conference baseball action Monday in Clinton. The Maroons got out to an early start with 2 runs in the second inning, then exploded in the 4th and 5th innings with 4 runs apiece to seal the victory. The Maroons were led by catcher Josh Bass, who went a perfect 3 for 3 and brought in 5 runners and homered twice. Jack Manning went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Jaden Bell and Brady Stauffer also added 2 runs each. Mitchell Cornwell pitched all 5 innings, allowing only 1 hit. He struck out 5 and issued 1 walk. The Generals were led by Sean Abraham, who recorded the only hit for the team, going 1 for 1. With the win, the Maroons improved to 11-12, while MacArthur falls to 3-14. Bobby Witt scored the first run and drove in the second to back 5 overpowering innings and 11 strikeouts from Cole Reagans as the Kansas City Royals stayed hot with a 3-0 victory over the Chicago White Sox on Monday night.
The White Sox began their 4-game set in the Show Me State on Monday evening. Shane Smith was a bright spot once again. Unfortunately for the Sox, it was Kansas City's lefty ace who was the one showing off.
2-2. Called strike 3. I mean, just a perfect backdoor cutter on the outside corner. Mydroth just tipped his cap. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a changeup. This guy's a good one. Pitch. Called strike 3. I mean, the same pitch that he got him the last time.
Cole Reagan shoved, striking out 11 in 5 shutout innings, picking up his second win on the season. I'm Jeff Meller. Join me for game number 2 of White Sox and Royals starting at 6 o'clock with your pregame coverage right here on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Wilson Contreras hit a go-ahead home run in the 4-run 6th inning, and the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-3 on Monday night for their 3rd straight victory. Contreras' 5th home run came off Pirates reliever Chase Shugart, who walked Nolan Arenado after coming in with the bases empty, 1 out, and a 3-2 lead. Jose Barrero, who hit his first homer as a Cardinal earlier, added a bases-loaded ground rule double off Shugart for a 6-3 lead. O'Neal Cruz beat out a high hopper to Cardinals starter Miles Michaelis, leading off the first, and Brian Reynolds followed with his 5th home run for a 2-0 lead. Barrero led off the 3rd with a solo shot off Pirates starter Carmen Ledzinski, and Alec Burleson followed with his 2nd homer in as many games to tie it 2-all. Burleson's homer went 435 feet, the longest by a Cardinal this season. Joey Dart drew a leadoff walk in the 4th and scored on a hit by Adam Frazier to put the Pirates ahead. Michaelis allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings. Gordon Graceffo pitched the 6th for the win. Ryan Helsley notched his 6th save. Ledzinski allowed 4 hits and 2 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Shugart gave up 4 runs on 5 hits and didn't record an out. Ian Happ homered and drove in 3 runs, helping Matthew Boyd and the Chicago Cubs beat the sloppy San Francisco Giants 9-2 on Monday night. Carson Kelly also went deep, sparking Chicago's 5-run 6th inning with a leadoff drive for his 8th homer. Happ added a sac fly, and Seiya Suzuki singled into more runs in the decisive outburst. Boyd pitched 6 innings of 2-run ball as the NL Central leaders won for the 4th time in 5 games. The left-hander struck out 7 and walked none. San Francisco shortstop Willie Adames and 5-time Gold Glove third baseman Matt Chapman each committed 2 errors, contributing to 6 unearned runs for Chicago in the opener of the 3-game set. Luis Matos hit a tying 2-run homer for the Giants in the 4th, but the Cubs responded with 2 runs in the bottom half. Landon Raup struck out the first 2 batters before Pete Crow Armstrong reached on an error on Chapman. Nico Horner then singled and swiped second ahead of Dansby Swanson's 2-run single to left. Swanson had 3 hits and scored twice. He's batting .462. During a 7-game hitting streak, Kyle Tucker's 6th-inning walk loaded the bases before Suzuki greeted Spencer Bivens with a grounder to left field, driving in Swanson and Nicky Lopez for the 9-2 lead. Illinois baseball begins its final homestand of the 2025 season with a midweek contest versus Bradley. First pitch from Illinois Field on Tuesday, set for 6 p.m. The Orange and Blue are coming off a weekend series at Rutgers where they were swept by the Scarlet Knights, pushing their Big Ten losing skid to 4 games. The Illini are looking for the first season sweep of the Braves since 2010, having split the last 4 times the teams faced each other during a campaign. Get sports anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.